Chef Carlo Mirarchi from Roberta's and Blanca in Brooklyn. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, it's good to see you. What's on the menu for today?
Okay, so today we're gonna do some grilled pork.
Great.
What we have here is
this doesn't look like a pork chop I would pick up at the.
No.
Something's different about that.
A little different. So this is from Red Wattle, which is a breed that we really like working with. And this cut is from the top part of the loin closest to the shoulder.
Okay.
So you have a lot of really nicely well-marbled fat. And what we do with these guys is hang them up right in front of our fan in the walk-in and let them age for around 2 weeks. So you can see it's kind of dried out in the exterior and a lot of the water weight has dissipated.
Okay.
But you get a really, really great flavor profile. You can see we have some really nice color here.
Beautiful. What's the reality of being able to do something like this at home? Is it something that you can do like in your refrigerator? Or
Not
is it,
really.
Yeah.
What you really need is a lot of air circulation.
Yeah.
And you also need a very consistent temperature.
Okay. Another reason why you should go out to eat.
Exactly, yes. Yep. All right, so we're just gonna start very simply by getting some salt and pepper on here. We're gonna be pretty liberal with the kosher salt here.
Yeah, I think people often get like nervous, like,
yeah,
I'm actually getting a little nervous.
Well, the fact is most of this is just gonna cook off.
Yeah, of course, it stays on the pan or on the grill.
Exactly.
And then a lot of times it's under seasoned.
Exactly.
So, but that's, it's a hefty amount of salt.
It's a hefty piece of meat.
It's for sure, it's for sure.
Also, what's really important to note is we brought this to room temperature. People have this sort of idea that rare meat should be cool or cold in the center, which is just bad technique.
Yeah, agreed.
So notice that, this isn't flaring up right away or anything like that because I've let these coals burn down for a while. Another thing that's important is you don't want to let it cook on one side for too long. You want to flip it as often as you can.
Almost like a rotisserie where it's...
Exactly, yeah. And it actually cooks faster that way too.
Huh.
That's kind of where we want it. Now we let that meat rest for probably at least, I would say, 10 minutes. All right, so this is gonna be a garnish for the pork that we just talked about. It's called tardivo, it's in the Treviso family. It has a really nice bitter flavor, a great texture. It should contrast with the pork really well.
Right.
Now we want these cooked all the way through. We just want to get some color on them, just so that the fibers start to break down a little bit.
It smells great. It almost looks like octopus.
Yeah, yeah, it has a real tentacly thing going on.
Yeah.
All right, so we have our pork here. That's gonna rest for a little bit. And we have our tardivo here.
Great. And now I think we need to start drinking.
Now we get to the important part. Absolutely.
This is really one of my favorite producers. It's a couple, a woman and a man, that make the wines together. They've been doing it for about 20 years. In the area of the Jura, where this wine comes from, it's an area that's maybe kind of known for wines that can be a little bit funky and maybe a little bit strange.
Absolutely.
But I think they keep a healthy balance between the funky and the fresh.
Drinkable.
Yeah, exactly. This is their Pulsard. Pulsard is
a light see-through red.
Yeah.
It's my favorite wine to drink.
Exactly. If you're a lover of light-bodied red wines like Pinot Noir, I think this is an easy transition. But for people who like Cabernet or Syrah, this is probably not the best option.
Not if you're an Opus One fan.
No, you're probably not going to love this one. But cheers.
Cheers, buddy. Oh man, that's drinking great.
Right?
The temperature is perfect.
Yeah, so temperature I think is the other thing with wines like this, and especially I think lighter bodied reds. I think you want to serve them at more of a cellar
slightly
temperature.
Chilled, yeah.
And it still has some tannin, so I think
absolutely,
that there's some fattiness there with that dish.
It's a really nice structure.
Yeah.
I think we can probably get into this.
Great.
We let it rest for around 8 to 10 minutes. The moisture is equally distributed throughout the meat after that sort of very violent process of cooking it.
And that's the idea of resting, right? All the fluids rush back out, and if you cut into it ahead of time, they're gonna go on the plate.
Absolutely. There's a decal, which you can see right here. So we're gonna take that off first.
What is decal?
It's basically like a cap.
So that's like the fattier.
It's a lot of fat.
Yeah, it's like ribs right there.
Yeah,
huh?
exactly.
Yeah, that's
make our own little steak out of it. And we'll do a little bit of this tardivo. Get a little lemon on here just for the acidity. It's gonna help cut through all that fat and get them nice and cozy together. And we're gonna go a real traditional route and do some applesauce.
Oh yeah. And the applesauce, is this just right out of a jar or what? I'm sure.
No. Yeah, we blend some apples and warm spices and stuff. And then we're gonna finish this actually with some soy salt, which is gonna bring out a lot of the umami that we have in this pork.
Soy salt.
Soy salt, yeah, so it's basically dried soy. What do you think, should we dig in here?
Yeah, let's test this pairing.
All right, let's see what we got.
All right. Now, what's your method? Do you like the stacking method, or do you go individual
I usually
components?
go individual components first,
all right.
and then I do a little composition.
I love it, okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Ooh. Yeah, the wine really cuts through the funk really, really well. I get some with the applesauce.
Yep.
Really makes more sense than it should.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's a reason why that's a classic pairing, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And even though it's definitely a fattier cut, it doesn't translate as being like a fatty piece of meat.
And the tardivo kind of almost steals the show.
Yeah, that bitterness and the char, and then the acidity from the lemon. It's great. There's almost like a sweetness that's triggered. It almost changes the wine, and then the wine elevates that component in the dish. Really good. Well, thanks again, Chef.
Anytime, my pleasure.
Proud then. Oops, I totally broke that.
Yeah,
That's
you
not
totally
good.
broke it. That's okay. I actually have some already made. So we're going to drop some in the water.
Okay.
And you actually put quite a bit of